Hello everybody, I am Austin the Pef Peffer and you are watching Break the Tackle, where today we are doing our final mock draft. It's, well, technically only the second mock draft, but it's the last one. Wanted to get more out, but just never panned out. But let's get right into this mock draft. Be sure to like and subscribe. That helps out the channel. Let's start with pick number 1, Cam Ward to the Titans, quarterback out of Miami. I think we all feel pretty good about that. Let's move on. At pick number 2, the Cleveland Browns, I have them going Travis Hunter, the corner/receiver from Colorado. It's starting to feel like that's the direction they're going. That's where I'm leaning for them as well. Pick number 3, have the New York Giants. This is where we could potentially see our first trade. There's some talks of the Bears possibly trading up, but I think they stick and pick here. They go Abdul Carter, the edge rusher from Penn State. It's just a talent I don't think they can pass from. They're probably going to trade Kayvon Thibodeau after this. Pick number 4, New England Patriots. I can see them trading away from this too, but ultimately I have them sticking and picking. They go Will Campbell, offensive tackle out of LSU. Number 5, Jacksonville Jaguars. A lot of people have them going Mason Graham, and I was for a while, but you know what? I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to have them going Armand Membu, offensive tackle out of Missouri. At pick number 6, we have our first trade of the mock draft. The Chicago Bears move up to pick number 6 and also acquire pick 68 from the 3rd round from the Las Vegas Raiders, who will now be taking pick number 10, as well as pick 41 in the 2nd round and a 2026 3rd round pick. And the Chicago Bears take running back Ashton Jeanty out of Boise State. It's a win now move. This coach loves his running backs. He was a part of the Lions staff who took Jahmyr Gibbs pretty high, and it worked out pretty well for them. They go Ashton Jeanty here, who's looking to be a generational running back. Pick number 7, we have the New York Jets going Tyler Warren, tight end out of Penn State. I feel like it's either going to be offensive tackle or tight end here, and the top 2 tackles are off the board, so they go Tyler Warren. Pick number 8, Carolina Panthers. They definitely want to trade down, but I don't have a trade here, so they end up going Jalen Walker, the edge/linebacker out of Georgia. Pick number 9, the New Orleans Saints. Funny enough, also going an edge rusher from Georgia, this time Mykel Williams, whose draft stock is really going up these last couple of days. Pick number 10, the Raiders trade back from the Bears. They take Jahdae Barron, cornerback out of Texas. Pick number 11, San Francisco 49ers. I have them going offensive tackle Kelvin Banks out of Texas. We're going to have a Texas run here. Pick number 12, Dallas Cowboys. A 3rd straight pick from Texas. This being Matthew Golden, the wide receiver. At number 13, we have the Miami Dolphins. I have them going Will Johnson, the cornerback out of Michigan. Okay, I promise, guys, I didn't do this on purpose. At pick number 14, the Indianapolis Colts, they go tight end Colston Loveland from Michigan. And pick number 15, the Atlanta Falcons go Mason Graham, defensive lineman out of Michigan. I swear I did not try to do that on purpose. 3 straight guys from Texas, now 3 straight guys from Michigan. I promise this won't happen again. I hope. I gotta mention, I realized I had Mason Graham slipping a lot. It seems like he's gonna slip. Maybe I have him slip a little too far, but he goes to the Falcons, who will gladly take him. Pick number 16, we have the Arizona Cardinals. I have him going edge rusher Shamar Stewart out of Texas A&M, a guy with a very high ceiling. Pick number 17, Cincinnati Bengals. They go edge rusher as well. They go Mike Green out of Marshall. Have some character concerns, off the field concerns, but I don't think, but I think the talent is still just super high, and Bengals need an edge rusher. Pick number 18, we have the Seattle Seahawks. Some may say it's a reach. Some people really love this guy. I have him going Gray Zabel, interior offensive lineman out of North Dakota State. A lot of people really love Gray Zabel, and I've been hearing not the Cardinals. I've been hearing the Seahawks really love this guy, so I have them taking him, and they could use some offensive line help. Pick number 19, we have another trade. The Houston Texans move up to pick number 19 from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Texans also get pick number 84 in the 3rd round, while the Buccaneers acquire the Texans pick number 25 in the 1st round. They get pick 58 in the 2nd round, as well as a 2026 5th round pick. And I have the Houston Texans taking Josh Simmons, offensive tackle out of Ohio State. They need offensive line help badly. Kind of a desperate trade here. Texans go Simmons. Pick number 20, the Denver Broncos go Amarian Hampton, running back out of North Carolina. Seems like everyone's mocking him, but I feel like it's a safe pick here. I absolutely see it happening. We have another trade. The Pittsburgh Steelers trade back, and they trade with the Philadelphia Eagles, their own interstate rival, if you want to call them rivals. So the Eagles get pick number 21 and a 2026 fourth round pick. While the Steelers acquire pick 32, they get pick 64, so they're back in the second round, and they get a 2026 fifth round pick. So a swap of next year's picks kind of helps the Eagles out a little bit within that trade, but the Steelers are back in the second round, and the Eagles move up, and they grab another guy from Georgia, this being the safety Malachi Starks. At number 22, we have the LA Chargers. They take another Michigan guy, Jim Harbaugh, gotta go Michigan here. They go Kenneth Grant, the defensive lineman. Pick number 23, Green Bay Packers, and I realized I had this guy slipping a while. I have him going Tetro McMillan, wide receiver out of Arizona. Pick number 24, we have a trade. The Vikings, who have the worst draft capital in this draft, they desperately need to trade back, and they do, with the Cleveland Browns, who find their way back into the first round. So the Browns get pick number 24, and they get 139 in the fifth round. The Vikings take the first pick in the second round, pick 33. They also get pick 94 in the third round, pick 104 in the fourth round, and pick 216 in the sixth round. They need that draft capital badly, and the Browns, they want to trade up, and they get Shedeur Sanders. The Browns trade up to get Shedeur Sanders, quarterback out of Colorado. They get both the Colorado boys. Fun storylines here, fun storylines. Pick number 25, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who traded back, and they go Jahad Campbell, linebacker / edge rusher out of Alabama, whose draft stock may be slipping due to some injury concerns, but I've heard the Bucs love this guy, and I haven't taken him. Every mock draft I've made, even the ones that weren't seen the light, I pretty much had him going Jahad Campbell every single time, so that continues. Pick number 26, the LA Rams go cornerback Trey Amos out of Mississippi. A few different directions they could go, but I have them going corner. Pick number 27, the Baltimore Ravens, getting a little bit of extra safety help with Kyle Hamilton. They go Nick Emanwari, the safety out of South Carolina. Pick number 28, the Lions go Tyler Booker, interior offensive lineman out of Alabama. Help take over for Kevin Zeitler and bulk up that O-line a little bit more. Pick number 29, the Washington Commanders get a little extra receiver help with Emeka Egbuka out of Ohio State. Pair him up with scary Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel, and that wide receiver core is looking pretty dang good now. Buffalo Bills are at pick number 30. They go Walter Nolan, defensive lineman out of Mississippi. His stock's been dropping a little bit. He could probably go early in first round. He could go late first round due to character concerns. There's a lot of different directions I can see Walter Nolan going, but he goes here at pick 30 to the Bills. Number 31, the Kansas City Chiefs, they take Josh Connerly Jr., offensive tackle out of Oregon. And we go back-to-back Oregon guys here. The Pittsburgh Steelers are now at 32 after a trade with the Eagles, and they go defensive lineman Derek Harmon out of Oregon. That's the first round, but I'm going to go through the second round really quickly. There's some teams that didn't get their picks in, so I definitely want to highlight them. The Vikings, for example, they're now at pick 33 after that trade with the Browns, and they take cornerback Maxwell Hairston out of Kentucky. Number 34, New York Giants go Jackson Dart, quarterback out of Mississippi. Doesn't go in the first, but he's here early in the second. 35, Titans go Luther Burden, wide receiver out of Missouri, getting themselves some extra wide receiver help. 36, the Jacksonville Jaguars take Darius Alexander, defensive lineman out of Toledo. Number 37, the Raiders go Ariante Urzuri, offensive tackle out of Minnesota. Number 38, the Patriots go Donovan Ezirawaku, edge rusher out of Boston College. Didn't realize I had him falling out of the first round, but he goes here in a second to the Patriots, who are really glad to have him. 39, we have the Bears going Nick Scorton, edge rusher out of Texas A&M. Number 40, the Saints go Tyler Shuck, quarterback out of Louisville. Saints get themselves potentially their future quarterback. Number 41, with a trade from the Bears, the Raiders get Quinshon Judkins, running back out of Ohio State. They get themselves a ground and pound running back. Number 42, the Jets go Ozzie Trapillo, offensive tackle out of Boston College. 43, the 49ers take JT Tuimoloau, edge rusher out of Ohio State. 44, the Cowboys go James Pierce Jr., edge rusher out of Tennessee, a guy who was projected first round but has a lot of coaching concerns, so his stock is falling. It could possibly fall lower than this, but Cowboys take a chance on him. 45, Colts go Donovan Jackson, interior offensive line out of Ohio State. 46, the Falcons go Siobhan Revell Jr., cornerback out of East Carolina. 47, the Cardinals go Tyleik Williams, defensive lineman out of Ohio State. 48, Dolphins go Tate Ratledge, interior offensive lineman out of Georgia. 49, the Bengals go Xavier Watts, safety out of Notre Dame. At number 50, the Seahawks go Landon Jackson, edge rusher out of Arkansas. 51, the Broncos go Mason Taylor, tight end, LSU. 52, the Seahawks again, their pick from Pittsburgh, they go Azareye'h Thomas, cornerback out of Florida State. 53, the Buccaneers are up and they take Jaden Higgins, wide receiver, Iowa State. 54, Packers, they go Benjamin Morrison, cornerback out of Notre Dame. 55, Chargers go Trey Henderson, running back out of Ohio State. 56, Bills take Carson Schlesinger, linebacker out of UCLA. 57, we have the Carolina Panthers going TJ Sanders, defensive lineman out of South Carolina. 58, the Buccaneers go Darian Porter, cornerback out of Iowa State. This is one of their traded picks from the Texans. 59, the Baltimore Ravens take Princely Yemen, that's as good as I'm going to get, edge rusher out of Mississippi. Number 60, the Lions go Jack Sawyer, edge rusher out of Ohio State. At 61, the Washington Commanders go Jonah Savania, I'm going to roll with that, who's interior offensive lineman out of Arizona. 62, we have the Bills going Caleb Johnson, running back out of Iowa. 63, Chiefs go Alfred Collins, defensive lineman out of Texas. And 64, Pittsburgh Steelers, after that trade with the Eagles, they take quarterback Jalen Milroe out of Alabama. So that's my final 2-round mock draft for the 2025 NFL Draft. Hope you guys enjoy the draft. Hope you guys get the player you're looking for, as long as it's not the player I'm looking for. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a thumbs up, hit subscribe if you enjoyed, and leave some comments down below. What did you think of this mock draft? Was it awful? Let me know. Give me your criticism. Let me hear it. I'm no expert, but I'm willing to take the criticism. Just don't be a jerk about it. Thanks again for watching Break the Tackle. We love football. We talk football.